asteroid 2012 DA-14 is an object about half the size of a football field in diameter that is going to pass very close to the Earth on February 15th. Coming from the south to the north, it actually gets to within 17,200 miles of the Earth's surface and will pass interior to the geosynchronous satellites and the GPS satellites. But there's really no chance of the asteroid hitting the Earth and very little chance it will hit a satellite. Although this object gets very close to the Earth on February 15th, it's fairly small as asteroids go, and it won't be observable with a naked eye, but if you happen to be located in Eastern Europe, Asia, Australia, and you know where to look, and you have a pair of binoculars, it will indeed be visible. The asteroid was discovered by a group of Spanish astronomers in La Sagra Observatory in southern Spain. An object the size of DA-14 actually impacted the Earth on June 30th, 1908, the so-called Tunguska event. An object of about 30 or 40 meters came down into the Earth's atmosphere and exploded, leveling trees for 820 square miles. The close approach of this object 2012 DA-14 on February 15th is nothing to worry about. Its orbit is very well known. We know exactly where it's going to go, and it cannot hit the Earth. 20 years ago, we probably wouldn't have found this object. Nightly and picking up these objects, and we track them for 100 years into the future and see if any of them make interesting close Earth approaches, not only because of the threat issue, but because these objects are important for science, they're important for future resources, as well as threats.
Things all the time, constantly. There's a constant rain of small objects hitting the Earth. Big ones, the ones, greater than a kilometer, 0.6 miles, there's only about 1,000 of those. And most of those now have been discovered. Something like 95% of those are now being tracked.
Yes. I think most people are surprised at how many, however, do come in and do damage. I believe a home in North America is hit once every 2 to 3 years on average. We know in Wethersfield, Connecticut, we had in that same town, we had homes damaged by meteors in 1982 and 1971. I know I spoke to Bob and Wanda Donahue in Wethersfield after that event in November of '82. They said they heard the loudest sound they'd ever experienced coming from the next room. They'd been watching TV, MASH. I asked them what they were seeing MASH on TV, and they rushed to the next room, and there was a hole in the ceiling, and the furniture had been knocked over, and they called the police, and it was firemen who came with the police that discovered it, a meteor